Assalamu alaikum, another video on how to apply for an event on OrgSync. This video provides tips to maximize event approval, explains how to submit an event form and what happens after submission. The first tip is to apply for the event early, at least 2 to 3 weeks before the event, giving university enough time to process and review your event request. The second tip is to write a sufficient description of the event in your form, including location, topic, and number of attendees, keeping in mind that campus life, capital works, and security all have to review the request before the final approval. So the more detail you provide, the less questions, and the faster you'll receive approval, inshallah. The final tip is to write a sufficient description of any external speakers. Simply writing Sheikh Abu Ahmed or Sheikh Muhammad is not enough, so it is crucial to write a small summary about the speaker. This includes their real name alongside their nickname or kunya, where they studied, their place of work, position within the community, and a small summary of the topic to be discussed in the event. So firstly, we need to access OrgSync, so www.orgsync.com. We sign in, select our community, we sign in using our student or staff ID. The next step is to go to the student club we'd like to submit the event form for. We go to events, then we press on create an event. We'll write the event name. The category for Western Sydney University is the campus and the location of the event. So let's say it's UWS wide. We write a description, day and time, and if it's repeating, as well as the address and the location. Event photo, RSVP details, and where it can be seen. We'll have to put in the details, let's say testing, and we'll put in all these details, testing at westernsydney.edu.au, and we'll continue. Then we have to fill in the location requirements. Is it a public space, external location, or a room and sports facility that needs to be booked on campus? Then we have to say the preferred building number, let's say building X. We've got 15 people that are coming. Setup, so access time will be at 8 a.m. Finish time, let's say, will be at 1 p.m. where we pack up. And then the preferred type of room, let's say flat floor teaching, lecture theatre, whatever it may be, just depends on the nature of the event. We have to go through some of the university policies. As Muslims, obviously there is no alcohol at our event, no need for extra public liability, and we've read and agreed to the policies of the university. Are there any extra hazards or risks? If so, then we'll just write them down, but generally there's none. Food and beverage, I've read and adhered to the alcohol and drug policy, no alcohol on campus again. And if there's anything that we need, like tables, barbecue stalls, PA system, whatever it is, we'll just actually indicate it there, number of stalls and tables that are required for that event. Will you charge a fee for admission? No, we normally don't charge any student for our events, but in case we do, then we just have to provide details here. Are there any dignitaries, for example, mashayikh or guest speakers that are coming? If so, yes, we'll write the actual description of the sheikh here. Will the community or non-Western Sydney University students be in attendance? We said no, so we'll write not applicable, but in case there are, we'll just provide details here. Are there any contentious issues associated with the event? So maybe the nature of the event, the topic that is being discussed. If so, we need to upload a document that explains these contentious event issues. Are there any security requirements? Again, normally if it's only 10-15 people on campus, then university doesn't really ask us to employ a security guard. But if it's a large number of people for a larger scale event, then university tells us to employ 2 security guards for the first 100 people and then 1 for every 100 people thereafter. They're normally a couple of $100 per security guard for a minimum of 4 hours. Any extra insurance we need, we'll say no. Transport and parking policies, housekeeping rules. We've read and agreed to adhere to the Western Sydney University misconduct policy. And we continue. Finally, I'll get to the campus life officer that I have to inform him and submit the event to, and he'll inform the university there onwards and deals with it. So if I'm from Bankstown campus, for example, I'll copy his email, paste it, agree, and declare that all the information is correct and I hold responsibility, continue. and then we press Finish, which automatically submits the request. After the event is submitted, the event will remain unpublished until it's approved. All the details will be here. If there's any comments or questions, they'll be made in this section here. So make sure you come and review it, and make sure you monitor your emails, because everything will be informed to the email that you used to submit this request. If you go to the events section, there'll be your event here, and it'll remain pending until it is approved.
3 days later.
Normally it takes 3 to 5 business days to receive an outcome for your event request. If the request was approved, Alhamdulillah, let your shura know and thank the campus life officer and everyone that helped. If you haven't received an outcome yet and it's delayed, contact your campus life officer through OrgSync, email, or phone, and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. In the unlikely case that your event request is rejected, check the comments, speak to your shura, seek advice, and meet with your campus life officer prior to discussing a review of the request. For more resources, don't forget to visit our website and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Wassalamu alaikum.